Hello, my fellow geeks and citizens. I am Geekier Gamer, and today we jump into the teleporting chapter. Build a few more complicated machines and make more progress. Welcome back to Techopolis 3. All right, a few things have changed since the last time we were on. I'm starting to build a few more of the shells for our buildings. There's one over there. There's a couple over here now, 3 over here now. I haven't fully closed in one. I guess the roof is closed. So I'm still working on some, trying to make it different designed. I made a few mistakes in between. Got to be careful with the copy and paste tool. So I haven't done these sides yet, other than this one here where I experimented a little bit. So one big change is I went back to something we unlocked much earlier in the game, which was XNet. And I've installed my XNet here, and I've configured it. And let me just kind of walk over and show you how this thing works, in case you've not used XNet before. I had never used XNet, so I had to experiment. So this is my lava generation. I've decided to centralize lava generation here. You'll see I've got lots and lots of lava, lots and lots of melters. So this has got all the capacity. It's making more cobble than it needs. So if I need to expand, that's possible. And then I have this tank here where all... Hey, wait a second. I did not connect it. Something's weird here. I thought that was connected. Let me get out a cable. That is crazy. All right, well, connected now. So all of this is exporting all the way to this tank here. And underneath this tank, we have a connector. I'm going to go down. Get down here where we can see. So there's this connector here. And on this connector, you give it a name to make it easier to find. And then you use this XNet cable, and you run this XNet cable wherever you need to run it. Let's put this back together. And then in the XNet terminal, back over here. In the XNet terminal, I created a channel. In this case, lava is channel 2, lava channel. And then for here it is, lava source. When you hover over, you see it. It's exporting. So I've set this up to export. And then everywhere else I have, which is really just 2 places right now, where I want to get lava for smeltery and for some other stuff. And I can further do this later. It is importing the lava there. And then I did the same thing for lava, or for water. You know, I had that big tower that we created last episode or the episode before, and I went ahead and set up the exact same thing. And so now when I go underneath the base, I only have 3 types of cables, or at least I'm working on cleaning them all up. I have power, I have this XNet for fluids, and I have this TOMS for inventory. And so far so good. I know XNet can also do inventory, but we're not too far away from applied energetics, so I really didn't want to dive into that. So look at this, we need to sleep already. So that's kind of what's going on in between episodes. So I did a lot of cleanup, took down a lot of pipes, built up the capacity for the generation, and then connected it. And so today we're going to be doing a few machines, and I went ahead and set up this platform here, and you'll see now going forward, I'm just going to kind of bring all 3 things I need into the area, and that will give me access to everything I need. So diving into teleporting, well, actually, to finish up Pure, I left off letting you know that we had done this, that I was going to build this smeltery, and we together we did the glowstone and the obsidian, but I went ahead in the smeltery because I said we had already kind of built one of these before. It's the same smeltery, but you combine the ingots and you get this obsidiglow, and I just need to grab one for the quest. There we go, I'll put it back. All right, and so that finishes off the Pure chapter. I'm not exactly sure what we're going to use this for. We just made it because it said to make it. It's not an ingredient. So some future things. It's an ingredient. Oh yes, modular machines. Okay, so it's a little ways down the road, but it's now been built. All right, teleporting. We need to start with enriched diamond. So enriching diamonds, I believe, is inside an enrichment chamber. Yes, so we need to make an enrichment chamber. And that's this platform appears for. I wonder do I have another crafting terminal? No. Oh, this is fine. All right, so enrichment chamber. I don't think I have one sitting in here. Nope. I do have. Well, that's interesting. I do have enriched diamond already. Made in the enrichment chamber, but I don't remember using an enrichment chamber to make that. Did I set that up in this over here. Let's go take a look. This is where enriched diamond is. Oh, no, it's not. How do I have enriched diamond? Would I set something up? There's nothing here. I guess maybe I set this up in between episodes. No, there's nothing here. All right, let me pause. We'll be right back as I figure out how in the world I have enriched diamond already. Okay, well, I must have just taken diamond and thrown it in an enrichment chamber at one point. Maybe, I don't know why exactly I did that. So we do need to use an enrichment chamber. And I had not set this up previously anywhere else. So let me break this block. We're going to get the power going underneath it. Give this thing power. All right. And then we're going to use an inventory block, as we've been doing, for getting the diamond here. We'll use a logistic pipe. Actually, I don't like that that's going to be inside the wall, because then you can't facade it. So let me break this and put it inside. Oops, did I lose my thing? Get my inventory connector. I'm going to put it on this side. And then go up. And then I'll just need to put a little cable here, I think. All right. And then this will be diamond. You've seen me do this a few times now, so nothing really different here. Save. All right. And then grab my logistic pipe. Here we go. And we're going to run it into the top. And we'll set this to, it's already set up for input. Close that. Close that. Close that. Power on the bottom. All right. We're going to output to the right. And I should be able to output that directly into a drawer with the eject. Let's see. Auto eject. There we go. Key. There we go. And then to bring it back into the system, let's see. Well, what are we doing something with this? So that's reinforced alloys next. Diamond. So no, I wonder what it's, and I'm not sure what it's used for, but we'll let it cook. So we'll let that cook. And if we break this and we add a connector here, then it'll be on our network when we need it. All right. Lost my pipe. Okay, so there we go. So next thing in the chapter, I guess we need to grab one of these and put it back in. So grab one. There we go. Reinforced alloy. So this is similar to the infused alloy, except it uses it as an ingredient, and then it brings in diamonds. We need a metallurgic infuser, something we've set up quite a bit of. What else are we going to have in here, just out of curiosity? Electrolyte core, which uses that for crafting, so we can't do that yet. And then elite circuit probably uses it. Okay, so we need to just set this up. Metallurgic infuser. Metallurgic. Let's see here. Here we go. Easy peasy. A couple furnaces. And core. All right. Metallurgic infuser. So we do similar to what we just did a second ago. Pick a spot for this. It's going to need diamond. And I wonder if it can take a rich diamond. Let's bring a power cable in here. Grab one of these and stick it in here. Oh yeah, so it gives you 8. Wonder how many it takes to make that. Let's see. When you put that in, it's 1 diamond to 1 diamond. So that's much better. So we should definitely use that, which means I should move this over. And just feed it directly in. All right. So right here we need power. Metallurgic infuser. Input to extra. If it, oh well, we'll have to see if it can pull from here. It might not be able to pull from here. Nope, we can't. All right, well, we did need the gap. Bummer. Oops, lost my thing. Get my stuff. Oh, there's that cable I lost earlier. Oh, I need to put down some facades. Yeah, I'm trying to clean up as we go, but it takes, there's a lot going on, so sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Let's see here. Okay, metallurgic infuser. We're going to need a cable to feed this, and we're going to say left is extra, and then we need that, and we need the infused alloy, which is going to need to come from, we can just use this one. Oh, no, it just said I don't like to do that. So let's see. I can put one here and disconnect that. And just get a cable and a logistic. This will be for that alloy. Make sure we disconnect this. That's crazy that it pulled in the correct thing. Oh, it must be because it's the only thing it could pull in from this recipe. Interesting. That's pretty funny. So now we need to specify that's what we want, which is the alloy. Here we go. There we go. All right. So it's going to fill up. And then this, we just need to set to export or pull or push or whatever. Pull. There we go. There we go. So that's cranking away. Let me throw down a drawer. Set up auto export. Auto export. There we go. Unlock it. And let's grab one. Put it back. All right. Finish that quest. And then for inventory purposes, same deal as we did over here. We can just put it. Oh, actually, I'm putting that wrong, because that will be inside the wall. So let's fix this one. Oops. No. Taking my diamonds. Oops. All right. Do similar thing here. Put it on top of here and have to stop the cable. There we go. And then up from the back, because these can have a facade on them. Same thing, I'm going to break this now. There we go. All right. So cranking away. This is going to take some time. It's going to build up a supply, but it's going to take a while to build a real supply. So let's see what we're doing next. Hydraulic core, which we're going to need for a machine, I believe, for the separator. So let's go downstairs. Let's craft this. Electrol core. Now we should be able to make one. There we go. And then the next thing for that is to do the separator. Does that require? Nope, that's all it requires. So we can do the separator. Electronic separator should be here. Yep. And this is going to be needed to make hydrogen, because if I remember correctly, we need hydrogen to make silicone. So silicone is made inside of the chemical injection, and it requires hydrogen. So we're going to be taking in water and creating oxygen and hydrogen, which is interesting because over here we're using flint, if I remember correctly, to create oxygen. And now we're actually going to have some native oxygen creation. So we'll have to think about what that means. I mean, Flint's doing a great job of it, right? So I could just leave that alone, but something to think about. All right. So let's take the separator. I think the next thing we need to do, well, we need to build the hydrogen because this is needed for the chemical separator. But first we need to create elite control circuits. So we should grab some of the reinforced alloy and the advanced technium. So reinforced alloy. Can we get let's see, stack of 32, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then advanced technium. Just do the same thing, get a, and then I think it was the red, oh, I have them in my inventory, the red control, the advanced control circuits. So we should be able to do this, this, and yep, that's cooking. We'll let that go. All right, that'll get us the elite control circuits. So we should go set this separator up because we're gonna need the oxygen and stuff. So let me think, maybe on this wall over here, we can bring the power around. Gotta think about this because I need to bring water into this. So that means the XNet cable needs to come over here, which is currently over here, but I could go this way with it. And we'll just go all the way around. And the XNet has a slightly different way of doing facades, which are actually cheaper because they don't consume a block to do it. So it's interesting. And they also don't require that extra block, but we do require connectors. So I'm going to put a connector on top here. Oh, I missed. Don't drop. Put a connector on top. Here we go. And I'm going to say water for hydrogen. All right. And then let's see here. I need to bring water into, let's look at the silicone, and it goes into the chemical injection. Hydrogen. To make hydrogen, I need to bring water into the red. Okay. So water comes into red. So water is going to come from this connector here. I'm going to blank all the rest of this out except for energy. Oh, energy's here. So we're fine. All right. So yeah, water from the top. So then if I connect up my XNet cable, it's kind of interesting when you hold an XNet cable how you can see the whole network. So you can see where I've run it already. I actually ran it up here to fix my water problem for Flint, and so now I'm bringing it from the main source. So similar to what I'm getting ready to do now. So let's go over here. Let's configure on the water channel, which is the first channel. Water channel. Now we're looking for. Ooh, I don't see the electronic separator. Can it not go directly into it? Or did I not connect it to the network correctly? Oh, I didn't connect it to the network. Hello. All right, let's go fly over here. That explains it. So here we are coming down, and we got to go over and connect into the network. There we go. Now we should be able to see it. All right, there it is. So now we go to the water channel. We go to this one, we say create and insert, and when we go back over there, it should be making hydrogen and oxygen. Yep, it's running. There it goes. So this is very interesting that it creates the oxygen thing for us. We don't have a really good way of storing this. We do have these chemical tanks, but once they're full, they're full. And I think, can you set this machine? To dump excess. I see. I don't want to dump right now, but it dumps excess. Okay. So, let's leave it alone for the night. Now we'll come back. Let's put it in. Yeah, we can dump in dumping excess. So when it makes too much, it'll just keep dump it for now, and we'll figure out that later. So for silicone, we need a chemical injection chamber, which we need these control circuits for, which I just crafted. There should be enough down here. Let's go grab them. Here we go. Got 32. I have found that I don't want to stick stuff like this directly into toms. For some reason, when I do that, sometimes it just disappears. So I set a chest up at my main area here where I can dump things into the system that are just kind of random like that are just not, that are going wherever. So this way I know it's not trashing them. So it was something I was concerned about. So the chemical injection. Here we go. Injection chamber. I think I already have a purification chamber. I do. So that was nice for the craft. Go back up here. And we should be able to set this down next to it. Now we need to bring over the toms because we're going to need sand. So let's throw this down here though. And let's configure the output of hydrogen if we can. Here we go, chemicals. Okay, which one's output 2? Oh, the one on the right? Oh, no. Output 2 is that. So how do I change? Let's see. Output 1. Okay. All right. And then I need to set this up to say, oh, look at that. Oh, it got the oxygen already. How do I flush that? All right. So I crafted the dropper. I was right. It was a dropper, gauge dropper, and I was able to get the oxygen out. So let me make sure this is configured correctly. It does look blue. No, I'm just going to go ahead and put the machine next to it. We'll see if it fills incorrectly. I have a way to fix that now, if it does. So, plopping this down. Hey, hydrogen. That's what we wanted to see. Fantastic. And then we'll run some of this inventory cable over. And we'll drop down a connector. I really want it to be like up here. So maybe I'll leave that there for now, but I'm going to go up instead. And frankly, that would have worked better over there too, but it is what it is. So let's run some cable. There we go. Because now I can do this logistic transporter straight into the machine. Let's I don't think that connector connects. All right. Well, this has got the filter, so I'm going to say sand. And I do have sand in the system. We'll see if I'm producing enough. Over time, I may have to make, some improvements to my sand production. We'll see now that this is operating. There it goes. Crunching away. Doing the hydrogen thing. This is going to take forever. Wow. Doing the thingy thing. All right. I did learn that for certain things like this that use the gases, that there is the chemical upgrade. Let me go, mechanism, upgrade. Here we go. There's the chemical upgrade here somewhere. It's this one here. And if I make, I need some iron dust. Let me grab some iron. And, do I have a place where I can just throw iron down? I could just do this for a minute. Give me some dust. Yeah, I don't think I have a great place. I need to maybe have an extra crusher is probably what I should do. Let's see here. Crusher. Just to have on hand. Crusher. There we go. And it makes sense to put it over here. The power is going underneath these, I think. Yep. So I could just bring one part of that power over here and just set up like a ad hoc space over here right in my power plant. Can move it later if it becomes problematic, and I'll put facades on all that stuff in between episodes. So that's where I would put my iron normally. Let me take it out and go ahead and do that. I need some upgrades. And I think I can make energy upgrades now, which means I'm going to be able to make all my machines much, much faster. And the other thing I could do is, instead of making a crusher, I can make a crushing factory, which maybe I'll upgrade some of those machines. I've been waiting for these energy upgrades. I need gold. Okay, I'm not quite to gold yet. So I can make a single speed upgrade, and that'll help this. But if I do much more than that, it drains. It just takes too much power, so it's not worth it. Yeah. How much? I mean, I wonder how many upgrades this one had. None at all. Okay, so. All right. All right. That should be enough to make the chemical upgrades I need for now. Let's see. Chemical. Oh. There we go. All right. I can't use more than 8. I don't want to lose that dust. All right. So if I go up here, let's see what happens when I stick this in here. So now it's supposed to be more efficient, so it's going to use less of the hydrogen, which doesn't really matter because this thing was keeping up. If there's more machines that end up needing hydrogen, I believe you can do gases through this network as well. I just have to slap that on one of the other sides. We'll see. Okay, so silicone, I can throw down a drawer, and like everything else, every other mechanism, I can auto export. So there it goes. And I can lock this. Fantastic. And then throw down an inventory connector and connect it in. There we go. All right. So now that's on the network. Let's grab one so we get the achievement. We'll put it back in. Whoops, didn't hold it long enough. There we go. All right. So that gives us silicone. Silicone is needed to get Certus quartz, I believe, in a chemical injection chamber with oxygen, so which we are producing oxygen in this machine. So this is our chance to pipe it over to here, which we can do sloppily, a little sloppy, but we can do it. So we need another chemical injection chamber. Let's go and craft that real quick. And this will probably be the last thing we do. We are running out of time. So chemical injection chamber. Where are you? Here we go. And it needs a purification chamber first, which needs an enrichment chamber, which needs a, which needs a machine frame. Let me grab that. There we go. Enrichment, purification, and injection. Awesome. All right, fly back up. Okay, so this is going to take, to make Certus quartz, it's going to take silicone and oxygen. So, it's not the only thing we're using silicone for. So I hate to eat all of our silicone, especially since this doesn't produce it very quickly. What else is silicone used for? I feel like it's used for a lot of things. Now, I imagine once we backlog, it's not such a big deal. Let's see here. Block of silicone. Inscriber press. Okay, we're going to need some of this for inscriber presses. And Certus quartz. Okay. And silicone presses. Yeah, that's what I thought. Silicone printed silicone. So if I put this down, it's going to eat all that silicone until we've maxed out what it is we're making, which is Certus quartz. You know what? We'll just do it. We'll just, oh, wait, we already learned we can't auto import, so we got to set it over 1, and we need power. And power is underneath here. Yep. Okay, plop it down, throw a cable. Set the import to red. It is. Okay, And power on the bottom and an auto output on the other side. So let's see. In goes the silicone. Now I got to get the yellow chemical, and I'm going to want that on the top. Okay, input, it's fine on top. So I need to run the pressurized tube up and over to this far side. And, oh crud, it's hydrogen. I need to set that up. We don't want it to be hydrogen, we want it to be oxygen. So to the left, output 2. There we go. So then we go, there we go, oxygen. That's what we wanted. There we go. Bob's your uncle. It's crafting. Come on, give it to us, give it to us, give it to us. Certus quartz. There we go. We made it, we made it, we got it. All right, so this will be kind of foundational, as you can see, for the presses to make the circuits. So we're going to continue down through this. It's going to be needed to make some of these. Once we make the presses, teleportation cores are kind of key. It takes a lot of things to make them, and then you grind them down and use them for stuff. So we still got a lot to do. Well, I want to thank you, my fellow geeks and citizens, for joining me as we kind of dived into this teleportation or teleport chapter. We worked our way through some diamond stuff and through some gases, and finally to silicone and to Certus quartz. That'll build up over time, and in between episodes, I may look at seeing if there's a way to make this a little more efficient, improving my machines, making them factories. But until then, I will see you next time for Techopolis 3.